Hi everyone, I'm Shweta. She's Ginny, and we are from Ginny's Planet. A day on Ginny's Planet is coming on this Sunday, 17 Jan, where we have 15 events starting at 10 a.m. and they are for all age groups. And one of the conversations that is going to happen that day is by Mona Shama, who is going to talk about psychological first aid. But before we ask her about her session, we want to first get to know her. I know her, of course, already. Mona, I've known her for a very long time, and Manorathi Foundation is a partner organization of Guinness Planet. But let's hear from Mona. Mona, please tell us about yourself.
Hi Shweta. So I am a public mental health professional. I have a degree in public health and I'm trained in cognitive behavior therapy. Uh, I run this organization called Manorathi Foundation that works on community mental health, and we work with people who have major psychiatric disorders, people who are living with common mental health disorders, psychosocial distress, and we work across age groups. We also work with we also work in humanitarian context. Over the last 2 years, we have been working with Red Cross Society. And apart from this, we are an organization where all our volunteers are people who have experienced psychosocial distress, their family members. They either have first-hand experience of mental illness or they are caring for somebody with mental health distress. So I can say that Manorathi, it is a service user led organization. So
Right.
this is about me, Shweta, and my organization.
Thanks, Mona. So, considering that your session on 17 Jan, 3 to 3:45 p.m. is on psychological first aid. So, can you tell the audience about, what should we expect from the session and who should come for it and why?
Okay, so when I talk about psychological first aid, let me give you a little history. So psychological first aid, just like we all know about physical first aid, and ideally we all should be trained in physical first aid. For physical first aid, anybody can, anyone and anybody can be trained. Similarly, in psychological first aid is that what should you do? What should be your first step when you are experiencing distress or somebody around you is experiencing distress? So before that distress comes to a level where you need specialist help, what is it you can do at your level? So we will be talking about techniques on how to reduce distress, either your own distress or distress of people around you that's impacting you. We also talk about adapting, building coping mechanisms. We will be talking about how do you function if that stress or stressful situation is continuing. How can you function? How can you still continue to function at a very basic level? And above all, we will be talking about human connections and some resilience building skills. Why I'm interested in psychological first aid is that Shweta, over the last few months we have been getting a lot of people calls for counseling, especially since pandemic started, and we realized most of them actually don't need counseling or specialist help. They can do better with very simple psychological first aid techniques if they knew. So we started. This is where I the need came from. That why not? Why don't we train everybody in like we train in physical first aid? Why can't we train people in psychological first aid so that initial distress, the initial stages, they can take care of themselves or their family members, and they don't have to go to specialist or for specialist services or a psychiatric services.
Right. So, in a way, the conversation will be geared towards people themselves as to how do they take care of themselves in this scenario, and also in the immediate environment, their family or other people that they are caring for.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope people do join for this conversation. It's happening 3 to 3:45 p.m. on 17 Jan. And it is part of 15 events that we're doing for all age groups on 17 Jan, a day on Guinness Planet. It's like a fundraiser for us. So, but before I talk more about the fundraiser with the audience. Um, Guinness Planet and Manorathi Foundation, we're also partner organizations, and of course, there is a lot of back and forth communication and work that happens. But just for the sake of audience's information, can you just share, where do you see alignment between our work, Guinea's Planet and Manorathi?
I think first of all, the kind of work that we do as well as Guinea's Planet do, Shweta, I see it aligning in a way that your Guinea's Planet's your focus on diversity and building empathy, that is very important for our work for us. Though we don't, that is not one of the. I mean, in a way, it is the underlying theme of all the work that we do. We try to build a sense of empathy in family members. We try to build empathy in people that are ready to employ people with mental health conditions. We have to build empathy among our volunteers, and basically within the group that we work with, and also help them learn to adapt to diversity. So I think the work that Guinness Planet does is very important for all the activities that we do. It is a we don't focus on it separately, but we know that without that it will be difficult for us to run our programs. And most of our members in Guinness Planet, especially the core team, they have attended your workshops, they have been trained by you, and they have learned, I mean, they have learned to think more from the perspective of diversity. They have gotten perspective to work. So that is where I see it aligning, and I think we are very fortunate to be partnering with you.
Right, and
And
I look forward to having Manorathi Foundation members again in this event. I know some of them are definitely joining. Uh, so thank you so much, Mona, for coming for this conversation. Yeah. So do join us on 17 Jan. It's a series of 15 events. It's there for all age groups. If you are somebody who is above the age of 4, just join any of the conversations that you would like to. Um, and but you have to book your passes as soon as possible because we are very close to the event. And first 50 whole day passes are only for 600 rupees or $10. So we hope to see you. Do check guineasplanet.com and look at other conversations that we've had with other resource persons who are coming for that day. Bye bye and see you.